Okay, welcome to Inside Out with Ella. Today I have Kirsten here with me. So we started back in 2020, but before we go on, Kirsten, please explain to me what is standing in front of you.
All right. Firstly, it's lovely to be here with you.
So fun.
Okay, so these are my personalized supplements, and there's
Pause.
3 of them.
Personalized supplements.
Yes.
Okay, so Kirsten is the person in this world, well, in South Africa at least, that makes the most supplements per year. On average, how many supplements do you make in a year?
I don't know. That's a good number I should start tracking, but it's probably at least 3 or 4 a day. So
I feel like you just like slide at that in. That's why I was like, wait, personalized supplements, like personalized. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's quite a unique, a new thing in the supplement space. We used to walking down the health shop aisles and looking at the standard products out there and looking at a multivitamin or a bone health ingredient or joint support or whatever it might be. So a personalized supplement is basically all the vitamins and minerals and other nutrients that your body specifically needs. So based on your health data, and that health data can be as extensive as DNA tests, blood tests, but also just based on your consultation with your dietitian maybe, or you just want to convert your cluttered supplement cupboard into a simplified blend. So yeah, it's also kind of where the health industry is going. We're going from a very treatment focused industry to a very preventative industry. I know you're very excited about that as well.
Yes.
So we have access to all these tools and technologies that we can use to test and take a look under the hood of our bodies and see what's going on inside, and look at all these biomarkers and things and identify exactly which nutrients an individual needs to be optimally healthy. So at the end of the day, why not have a personalized supplement that's made for you?
For me, I am very curious to know what the person who makes the most personalized supplements in a year in South Africa has in her own supplement.
All right.
Can
So
you please show me, tell me.
yeah, so there's actually 3 blends here, but it's not that complicated. I'll start with this one. This is my non-negotiable. It's a protein shake, basically.
Yes.
But it's personalized to me. It's very simple, and I order this every single month, but it's basically whey protein concentrate, grass-fed whey protein concentrate.
Can I ask you,
Yeah.
why grass-fed? Because I love isolate. I use whey isolate. Why grass-fed?
So there's 3 different types of whey proteins. It's concentrate, isolate, and hydrolysate. That is referring to the different levels of how much they're broken down already before you digest them. So isolate is a really, really good one. We also have isolate. I just use concentrate because my body is fine with digesting the concentrate. Concentrate just means I don't want to get into too much detail now, but it's not as isolate, only the protein has been isolated, whereas concentrate still contains some of the other milk proteins in there.
Okay.
So
I know in the DNA test we would use DNA markers to specifically check what protein works best for them. So it's personalized to. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is your whey protein based on your data on your health that you've got.
Yeah, it's actually this
awesome.
is definitely, and it's also based on my goals. So I like to reach a certain amount of protein intake every day, and that helps me achieve that. It's a very low carb, low calorie way to get extra protein in, and I've just added digestive enzymes and collagen in there just to digestive enzymes to help the digestion of proteins, carbs, and fats, and the collagen just to support joint health and all that.
Okay, crazy. So let me get this. So in here, you've got your whey protein, you've got your collagen, you've got digestive enzymes, which makes you metabolize different food groups.
Mm-hmm.
In there, you've got your daily
So this is
dose.
my daily health blend. So also non-negotiable. Take this every morning after breakfast. And I actually started doing a bit of research and I realized I want to start supplementing with a good B complex. So all the B vitamins in a blend. And what I did was I looked at a really good product out there on the market, and I went and replicated it on Tailor Blend, and then added certain nutrients that I also need on a daily basis. So things like, I think I added magnesium, zinc, and inositol. So I added those in addition to the B complex, but importantly, having the active forms of the methylated forms of the B vitamins, which you know a lot about with the DNA testing. So this is my daily health blend. that I know I'm getting my vitamins and minerals on a daily basis.
So fun fact, if you've done your DNA test with us, we look specifically at how you metabolize different vitamin B levels. And why this is so important is you get a pathway called methylation, and it's basically how you take in and metabolize vitamin Bs, and that is literally your whole immune system. So we've got so many clients where if I see very slow vitamin B metabolizer or a slow methylator, I get so excited because I know for them supplementing on vitamin Bs will mean better immunity, less stress, better energy, you give them superpowers, it feels like. What is very interesting is if you supplement with vitamin Bs, which is not in the active form, and you've got a poor methylation, you're actually worsening it. So supplementing with wrong molecules actually worsen some instances. What is very interesting with the supplementation field is you see it with pregnancy. So there's a reason why if a lady gets pregnant, there's a certain vitamin the doctors would prescribe and say stop taking anything or everything else. The reason is that everyone knows that if you take in an active molecule, your body can metabolize it. But if you take in molecules that are not active, not activated, you can actually reach a certain toxicity even though you are drinking a lot of supplementation. And that's why I love personalized supplements, because they're putting everything on the ground of what are you taking in. We usually work with clients where I'll ask them, are you supplementing? And they'll be quite proud and say yes. And if they show me, they're in upper limits. So upper limits means you're getting too much of a thing. So too much of a good thing in, and it's actually causing symptoms and side effects. Okay, then lastly, what is that one?
So this is a bit of an experimentation blend for me. I ordered it for the first time this month, and I don't know if you have been following this whole creatine trend. So basically there's a whole lot of new research coming out on creatine, which is super fascinating because creatine is one of the most researched ingredients out there. It's been used for many, many years. It's one of the most researched and the safest ingredients, but we're still learning more about it, which is very, very cool. But basically there was a new study done on, and they found that a higher dose of creatine, about 20 to 25 grams, can boost brain creatine levels within just 3 hours. So that means that you can kind of reverse the effects of being sleep deprived or hyper stressed out from work or from anything stressful, being brain foggy and all that. So when your brain is stressed and it's really needing a lot of energy, the more creatine can help it. So creatine is actually an energy molecule that our bodies use, and it's a much quicker form of energy compared to carbohydrates and fats. So it's used first, and it's used by all the processes in the body that require very quick energy, and that's your brain, your heart, your muscles. So when you have creatine in your body, it gets used for those processes. 20 grams can get into your brain and help you feel like more alert and awake. So I actually downed 20 grams in the car on the way here.
Brain activated.
Yeah, so I actually feel pretty good.
So creatine, very interesting topic. So we test how your body metabolizes creatine genetically. And what we found is creatine was in the past known to be taken by a lot of like gym junkies. Guys going to the gym drinking creatine. What is very interesting is we've seen more females needing creatine from their blood works and DNA more than men. So what is very interesting is remember to always take into account why are you seeing this on social media. Be alert, is this a post that people want to sell you an ingredient? And it's not usually a bad thing, because we know all the more in wellness and health because of social media, but it can also be a risk. So what we have seen is some males sometimes have issues with their kidneys, so then them taking creatine in too high dosage can cause their creatine kinase, so CK, in their blood levels to rise too high. And what is very interesting is I'm very for tracking your results. So I'm very for do some sort of test, know what's your baseline. For me, it's DNA test, blood works, and then while you're supplementing, check your blood works, check your tests. I get so excited when it comes to DNA and these things, because I work with different generations of people, and I see a very older generation, let's say 70s, 80s, where they have 9 chronic pills that they drink, and if they open it, they can't tell you which one is for what. So they'll say, this is my red one and my blue one, And interestingly enough, pharmaceutical companies intentionally made it colors because they know you remember it's the Red Bull, not what it's for. Where we are now in a generation where you take health and wellness and prevention personally, and I love it. Just I'm also very pro doing it in a very safe environment and responsibly. Anyway, enough
so
of me.
much to talk about there. Like, we also becoming like DNA testing, blood testing is all becoming more accessible and more affordable, which is really, really awesome. And we're having wearable devices and things like CGMs that are tracking our health in real time. So the health is going into the hands of the individual. So it's no longer, we don't have to rely on these hospitals and doctors and things. We can take a little bit more control. And exactly what you said, we're seeing people do exactly that and know that what they're putting into their body is influencing their health. So yeah, super exciting.
So I just want to show my little so I also have a personalized supplement made by myself based on my DNA and also on blood works. We work with TailoBlend Genetics to help clients to get in their whey protein daily blend to act preventative. So the way we do it is we test how you metabolize vitamins, minerals, amino acids. And my backstory and why we started working together in 2020 is we've got family history of dementia and Alzheimer's, and when I tested my own DNA, I saw that I have the genetic risk for it as well. So at first you get this fright and like, okay, I know how this is going to look. Then I started with my background in genetic psychology and physiology, and on that note, so Kirsten has a background in biochemistry and in physiology, so all for biohacking. And I read up that everything they gave clients that were already diagnosed with dementia or Alzheimer's, it was mostly minerals, amino acids, and vitamins. And when I went back to my report, I saw that, okay, the risk that I've got and the vitamins and minerals that they are giving people, it's the same vitamins and minerals that I am metabolizing slowly. So that means I need more of this. So I'm basically preventing my risk now, every day. I'm also a lot for microdosing. So a lot of the times how we do it is I get enough in every day for my body and for what I need for every day. So this is safe amounts.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm with you on the microdosing thing. I mean, you can choose your dosage, but it's very important to be consistent with your supplements. So taking it on a daily basis and know that you're getting those nutrients in. People take supplements and expect like the next week to feel immediately different, but it's these things compound over time, and especially with getting your DNA tested, it tells you how your body's designed to process certain molecules or nutrients or vitamins, and you're not going to see the difference, or you might see the difference, but you might not see the difference the next day, but over time you might be preventing something like dementia or Alzheimer's. So it's very exciting.
Absolutely. So I know you of the person at every mountain bike race, or you are quite an athlete. I know you've been an athlete since young age, and I have my last question for you would be, what health advice have you followed in the past where you wish you could go back and tell your younger self, please don't do that?
Sure. I love that question because I just look back on my life and I've learned so much over time. There's many things I could say, but for one thing that first comes to mind is I grew up as an athlete and I was training a lot and everything was go and everything 100%. And I then got into the health things like biohacking and using different diets and nutrition and different supplements to optimize my performance, and got into these health practices like fasting, for example, and trying different diets. And fasting is a really great tool, and I still think it's really beneficial for a lot of people. It just needs to be used very strategically and very carefully based on your body, based on if you're male or female, when you do it, and then also, are you under any other stress? Like, is it work stress, emotional stress, other sort of things? All our body responds to stress in the same way. I used to wake up and train immediately, fasted, and for long periods of time, and then still delay my first meal by a couple of hours, probably eating by about 1 o'clock, and fasting would be a big part of my health routine. And I think I saw benefits in the short term, and it was easy to do, and I enjoyed it. But in the long term, it can cause things like hormonal imbalance. It can cause other symptoms that you don't immediately pick up as symptoms or something going wrong, and then down the line it can cause bigger issues. So that is something that I changed and learned a lot more about my body specifically. And and now I don't fast as much, and if I do, it's at certain times that are perfectly suited for my body, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to our next talk.
Thanks, Maurice. See you soon.